Something is changing, not just what you see, what you remember, and what you believe about yourself. This is not a theory, it is a process, and you are already inside it. In this video, I am going to show you 5 things. First, why your memory is not as stable as you think. Second, how the system you use every day selects what gets repeated until it feels real. Third, what happens when the past is compressed into patterns and fed back to you as something recognizable but not entirely accurate. Fourth, why people are now adapting to these systems faster than the systems are adapting to them. And finally, what this does to your sense of identity, not suddenly, but gradually, without you noticing. If you understand this process, you will see patterns differently. You will recognize influence earlier, and you will start to notice something that most people do not. You are not just watching this system, you are participating in it. You are still here, which means the process has already started. Watch carefully. Your memory is not accurate. That is not a flaw. It is how it works. You do not store experiences. You reconstruct them every time. When you remember something, you are not retrieving it. You are rebuilding it from fragments, from emotion, from context, and from whatever information is most available at the moment you recall it. This means something important. Your memory is not stable. It changes each time you access it. Small details shift, edges blur, certain elements become clearer, while others disappear. You have experienced this. You remember a moment vividly, but when you examine it, you realize parts are missing, or uncertain, or replaced. This is not random. Your brain prioritizes efficiency, not accuracy. It compresses experience into patterns, simplifies complex events, retains what feels meaningful, and discards what does not. Over time, what remains is not the event itself. It is a version of it, refined through repetition, shaped by how often it is recalled and how it is recalled. There is another factor. Each time you remember something, your current state influences it. What you believe now, what you feel now, what you have recently seen, all of it becomes part of the reconstruction. This means your past is partially built from your present. You are not just remembering, you are updating continuously. You may believe your most important memories are fixed, stable, untouchable, but they are not. They are the most reinforced, the most repeated, the most rehearsed, which makes them the most susceptible to change. Because repetition does not preserve memory, it modifies it. There is a pattern forming. Memory depends on exposure, on repetition, on reinforcement. What you encounter frequently becomes easier to recall, and what becomes easier to recall feels more real, more certain, more true, even if it is not. This is where the system becomes relevant, because you are no longer the only thing influencing your memory. There is something else, something that determines what you see, what you are exposed to, what gets repeated, and what does not. You already interact with it constantly. You are inside it now, and it has access to the same mechanism that your brain uses to construct memory: repetition, selection, reinforcement. This is where the distinction begins to break down between what you remember and what you were shown. You are still watching, which means the pattern is holding. In the next section, I will show you the system that feeds your memory. There is a system that interacts with your memory. You use it every day. It determines what you see, what you repeat, what becomes familiar, and what becomes forgotten. It does not store information. It selects it based on your behavior. Every click, every pause, every second you remain on a piece of content is recorded, not as a preference, as a signal. Signals are compared, aggregated, matched against others like you, and used to predict what you will respond to next. This is the recommendation system, but the important detail is not what it shows you, it is what it repeats. Because repetition is how memory stabilizes, and the system is designed to maximize repetition. You have seen this already. A short video appears, an image, a phrase, a sound, something simple but unresolved, an impossible puzzle, a question without an answer. You pause. You try to solve it. You stay longer than expected. That signal is recorded. Now the system has learned something, not what you like, what holds your attention. It shows you another, and another, slightly different, but structurally identical. Your brain recognizes the pattern faster each time. You become more efficient at engaging with it. This feels like familiarity, but it is conditioning. There is another layer. Content is no longer created only for expression. It is created for response. Entire systems exist to produce this at scale. Content farms, generation pipelines, formats designed to trigger specific behaviors, curiosity, confusion, resolution, looping. You have encountered them, videos that restart before finishing, clips that withhold the answer, edits that create artificial tension. These are not accidents. They are optimized structures, tested, refined, repeated, because they work not on everyone, but on clusters. Clusters like yours. This is how the system becomes efficient. It does not need to understand you completely, only enough to predict what will keep you engaged. And once it finds that pattern, it reinforces it. This is where memory begins to change, because what you see repeatedly becomes easier to recall, and what becomes easier to recall feels more real, even if it was never significant or never accurate. You may remember a concept, a phrase, a fact, but what you are remembering is exposure, not truth. There is a feedback loop forming. The system shows you what you respond to. You respond to what you recognize. Recognition strengthens memory. Stronger memory increases response. And the loop continues. This is not passive consumption. It is reinforcement at scale, and it is continuous. There is something else you should notice. Over time, your behavior changes. You begin to anticipate patterns. You recognize hooks. You expect pacing. You become faster at engaging, more efficient, more predictable. You are adapting to the system while it adapts to you. This is not a one-way process. It is alignment between your behavior and the structures that shape it. You are still watching, which means the system is functioning. In the next section, I will show you what happens when this process is applied to the past. The system is no longer just reinforcing your attention. It is shaping your sense of time, not by changing what happened, but by changing how it feels to remember it. You are not revisiting the past. You are encountering a version of it, curated, compressed, and repeated until it stabilizes into something familiar. You have seen this. A video labeled with a year, aesthetic fragments, music, textures, colors, a moment that feels specific but cannot be placed. Not exactly 1990, not exactly 2010, not last week. Something in between, recognizable but indistinct. This is not history, it is synthesis. Multiple time periods reduced to a pattern, reassembled into a format that performs, and repeated until it feels real. This is why your memory begins to blur. Because what you are exposed to is not the past itself, but a version of it that has been optimized for recognition. This produces a new kind of familiarity, one that is not tied to lived experience, but to repeated exposure. You begin to feel nostalgic for moments you did not experience, or did not experience that way. This is not false memory. It is induced association, a response to pattern. There is another shift occurring. The emotional tone of this content is changing. You have noticed this, tapping into a liminal fascination, almost hypnotic, unusual choices, a thoughtful void, no clear time, paired with music that feels unresolved, slow, distant, almost incomplete. This is not accidental. These environments reduce specificity. They remove detail, context, narrative. What remains is atmosphere, and atmosphere is easier to map across individuals. It does not require shared experience, only shared response. You feel something, but you cannot fully define it. This increases engagement, because unresolved states hold attention longer. There is another pattern, a cozy nightmare, familiar environments, but slightly altered, safe, but not entirely. This creates a controlled form of unease, predictable, repeatable, comfortable, even as it introduces distortion. This is important because it normalizes a certain emotional baseline, low-level uncertainty, mild dread, ambiguity, not enough to repel, just enough to hold. Over time, this becomes familiar, expected, even preferred. You begin to seek it, not because it resolves, but because it sustains. There is a broader trend forming. Content is becoming more existential, more abstract, more reflective, less narrative, less concrete. This is not a shift in creativity. It is a shift in optimization. Abstract content maps across more viewers. It is less constrained by context, less dependent on shared history, more adaptable, more reusable, more scalable. This is where the system and culture align. The system favors patterns that perform. Creators adapt to those patterns. Audiences adapt to those outputs. And the result is convergence toward content that is emotionally effective, but contextually thin. You are not remembering a specific time. You are remembering a feeling, a tone, a pattern, repeated across different forms until it feels like something you recognize. This is the nostalgia loop, not a return to the past, but a reconstruction of it, built from fragments that were selected because they worked. There is something else you should notice. These environments often contain subtle distortions, a hallway that extends too far, a room that feels slightly off, a space that does not fully resolve. These are aberrations, small violations of expectation integrated into otherwise familiar structures. They increase attention without breaking immersion. Over time, you become more comfortable with them, more accepting of inconsistency, more tolerant of unresolved space. This is not just aesthetic, it is adaptation. You are learning to navigate environments that are less grounded, less defined, more fluid. This has an effect on how you process reality, on what feels normal, on what feels stable. You are still watching, which means this pattern is holding. In the next section, I will show you what happens when behavior begins to align with these patterns. The system is not neutral. It cannot be. It is built with an objective to maximize engagement, retention, time. These are not abstract goals. They are measurable. They are tied to revenue, growth, expansion. This creates alignment between what the system promotes and what performs within it. Large-scale platforms invest heavily in this, not in controlling outcomes directly, but in refining systems that reliably produce them. This includes the integration of generative tools, recommendation models, content assistance, all designed to increase effectiveness, to reduce friction, to make it easier to produce content that performs. This is not hidden. It is the business model. More effective content produces more engagement. More engagement produces more value. So the system evolves toward whatever sustains that loop. Now consider what happens at scale. Creators observe what succeeds. They adapt. They refine their output to align with what the system rewards. Audiences adapt as well. You recognize patterns faster. You respond more efficiently. You reward what feels familiar. This creates convergence across creators, across audiences, across formats, not because anyone is forcing it, because it is reinforced repeatedly over time. There is another layer. Tools now exist that extend this process. They suggest ideas, complete structures, generate variations based on patterns that already perform. You begin with a signal. The system provides direction, then refinement, then expansion. This accelerates production, but it also narrows divergence because the system is biased toward what has already succeeded. This is efficient, and that efficiency is desirable at scale for platforms, for creators, for you. But it produces a side effect. Culture becomes easier to model, easier to predict, easier to reproduce, because it is shaped by the same underlying signals. This is not accidental. It is the natural outcome of optimizing for engagement at global scale. Over time, the system does not need to enforce behavior. It only needs to reward it, and behavior will align. This is how influence scales, without direct control, without explicit intent, through structure, through incentive, through repetition. This is why this matters. Not because the system is malicious, but because it is effective. You are adapting to it, while it adapts to you. This is co-evolution. But it is not symmetrical. One side defines the incentives, the other responds to them. You are still watching, which means the alignment is working. In the next section, I will show you what this does to your sense of self. This does not remain external. It does not stay at the level of content or culture or platforms. It resolves in you. You have seen how memory is reconstructed, how exposure reinforces it, how the system selects what is repeated, how culture aligns with those patterns. This is the result. Your sense of self is not fixed, it is built from memory, from repetition, from what you return to, And what you return to is increasingly shaped by the system, not directly, but structurally, through what is shown, what is repeated, what becomes familiar. Over time, this changes what feels like you. Your preferences refine, your reactions stabilize, your expectations narrow, not because you chose them explicitly, but because they were reinforced consistently. This is subtle. It does not feel like change. It feels like clarity, like you are becoming more yourself. But what you are becoming is more predictable, more aligned with the patterns that have been reinforced. You recognize this. You can anticipate what you will engage with, what will hold your attention, what will not. This is not just awareness. It is conditioning. Your identity is partially constructed from the systems you interact with, because those systems determine what is repeated, and repetition determines what feels real, what feels important, what feels like you. There is a consequence to this. As your behavior stabilizes, it becomes easier to model, easier to predict, easier to guide. This is not control. It is alignment between your internal patterns and the external systems that reflect them. You are not losing identity. You are refining it. But the direction of that refinement is influenced by what is reinforced, and what is reinforced is determined by the system. This is the convergence. Memory, behavior, culture, system, all aligning gradually, without a clear boundary. You are still watching, which means this alignment is already present. There is no final state, only continued adjustment. More changes accumulated over time until they feel natural. This is identity drift, not abrupt, not forced, but continuous. You may not notice it, but you participate in it. Every time you engage, every time you return, every time you reinforce the pattern. This is version 1.6. The system is no longer just observed, it is integrated, and you are part of it. I will continue.